5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ready.
Just relax and enjoy the ride.
In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. 815.
It's highly possible, and maybe even likely, it might even be likely that the very first time we ever get interstellar transmissions from out in outer space, the first one we receive from some alien, probably going to be an advertisement. I'm Greg. He's Tom. This is your In Crowd 815 podcast for the 22nd day of November, the year 2025, the latest it has ever been, my friends.
In the history of mankind.
Yes. And what are you supposed to be advertising? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have anything for you today.
You want to buy it? You want to buy some insurance for? I could save you 15% more on your car insurance.
Probably something from Travelers Insurance or something.
Oh God!
If you're traveling in outer space, take us with you.
We're not selling something today, but we are giving something away. Comment on the show during the show, and you're going to win a $25 gift card from the Landscape Connection. Our friend Michelle Cox over there was so generous with us for our mass karaoke trivia contest, and so much so that we had a couple gift cards left over, and we're going to give them away on the show today. Here's how you win one. Comment during the show on our Rumble channel or our YouTube channel or our official Facebook page for the In Crowd 815 podcast. Those are the three outlets. I know you might be watching this on other platforms right now, but those can't count. Here's why. Restream, the platform that we use, which is similar to Zoom, but it's much more broadcast friendly. Restream, the way it's set up, we can only see those comments live on those three platforms, on those three pages. So when you comment, I can see them in my chat box off the screen here that you can't see, but I can see the producer's page, if you will. And everyone that comments will be in a drawing to win this $25 gift card from the Landscape Connection. And let me give you two possible things to comment on today. The first one would be our number one fan is celebrating a birthday today. Linda Wenmacher, happy birthday. We love you.
All right.
We think you are the best.
Happy birthday, Lynn.
Thank you for all that you have done to encourage and support In Crowd 815, the podcast, the events, and happy birthday to you, my dear. We love you very much.
She is probably our most consistent viewer. I see her name pop up almost every week, and every once in a while, maybe she has something going on or whatever, but for the most part, she's here almost as much as you and I are.
I'm fairly confident there's only one person that has watched more minutes of the In Crowd 815 podcast, and that's the sweet lady that I get to call my wife. Other than that, Linda's probably a very close second. So if you'd like to wish Linda a happy birthday in the comments, that would count as a comment toward winning this $25 gift card to the Landscape Connection, which you want to go here now anyway. They've got their Christmas walk thing up, and it's amazing every year. They do the best free Christmas walk thing in the 815. So you need to go check out the Landscape Connection on South Mulford, whether or not you win this card. The other thing you could comment on today is the thing we do every week, this thing right here. Our big number of the week. This week, our current race to 10 has me in the lead by a score of 3-2, race to 10. And the big number this week is 400. I know it doesn't seem that big, but you'll know it's big after I tell you what it is. Is it monarchs or millennials? Monarchs or millennials? Put your guess in the comments, and that, if it's done in the right place, will register in our chat, and then we'll see that you've commented, and you'll be in the running to win this $25 gift card from the Landscape Connection. So if you're watching this right now on my personal Facebook page or on LinkedIn Actually, you know what? Your comments on LinkedIn might show up now. Someone could test that for us. If you're on LinkedIn watching, shoot us a comment and I'll let you know if it comes through. That might come through. I think it did at one time, but I don't know if it's still coming through. So anyway, that is our big number of the week, 400. And the answer is it Monarchs or Millennials? Put your guess in the comments and we'll give you a chance to win. I hope you like my backdrop today. Besides the 815 on the wall, a little thank you to Medicare 411, our grand prize sponsor for the Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest, and our $1,000 sponsors, Waldom Electronics and Gemini Solar. Thank you again for making our Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest possible and a huge success. So many great comments coming back from the event, and so many people enjoyed it that we're doing it again. The plan is for March for the next one, Tom. March.
All right, March. I thought we were going to do September.
And September, but let's focus on March first. After talking with a few key people and Tabala, we're formulating the dates for a March contest and a September contest.
All right. So
here we go. Our race to $10,000 is still on for the Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest. We did give away close to $10,000 in total at the contest a week ago Thursday. The goal, as we've stated now for about the last year, our goal is to have a $10,000 grand prize within 5 years. That's what we're trying to build to. So by the year 2029,
by the year 2029,
we hope to have a $10,000 big bodacious check to hand to the winning team's not-for-profit.
And just to clarify, I'm not eligible to win that, right?
By 2029, you could have formulated a new not-for-profit.
Oh, I do. I do actually have a non-for-profit.
I'd have to find a new trivia guy though, Tom, and that might be not so fun for me.
It's called Stuffed Animal Rescue. That's what it is. It's Stuffed Animal Rescue. I go to the Goodwill and I'll rescue these little guys from the bin. They're in there all by themselves. Well, they got friends, but they fight a lot.
I'm gonna try camera 2 now because I think I need to distract people. Look, a second camera in our studio. What? And
then my bear, of course, he's
look at Veda, Tom. She's not even on her bed. She's behind her bed.
That's nice.
She's back there, not even on her very soft, fluffy, comfortable bed. I don't know why, but she's weird that way. Anyway, let's stop distracting ourselves and let's get on to the business at hand. We've got a great guest to bring on today who has the current marketing specialist over at Womanspace. Oh, by the way, everybody, please join us for our next In Crowd 815 event, December 3rd. In support of Veteran Smile, we're going to be at the VFW Post in Rockford on 7th Street. Wednesday, December 3rd. It's the one Wednesday event we do all year is our Christmas party and fundraiser. And this year it's going to be in support of Veterans Smile. And let me turn off the scroll bar so you can see the bottom of the page here, because WLM and Associates Painting, our good friend over there, Paulina Zukowski, she's running this event for us. Her number is on the screen. She wants her number to be out there so that you can ask her about tickets. If you want to get dinner, you'll have to buy a ticket. If you're not going to get dinner, just come anyway. It's free to attend. Okay. December 3rd, 5:30 to 8:30 at the Ross Pearson VFW. Wednesday night, December 3rd, we'll be doing raffle baskets, and dinner tickets are $20 or a table of 6 for $100. There's your information right there. All right. So Denise is the marketing specialist at Womanspace of Rockford, and Denise is coming on the screen right now. Good morning.
Hi.
You. Boom.
Hi, Denise. You're there somewhere. Oh, there you are.
Shuffle around a little bit. How are you this fine day?
I am good. How are you guys?
Very well. I looked out the window this morning and saw frost. Do you still have pumpkins on your front porch? Are there frost on the pumpkins?
It was all over my car.
All over the car?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, welcome to Northern Illinois, everybody. Right? For
Yep.
those who are maybe transplanted in the last year, this is fairly normal. In fact, we've had snow on Halloween before, so this is
For
this is
sure.
We've had snow in May
had
before.
snow.
I remember one May, it just little brief snow flurries, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, we want to learn about you a little bit, Denise. So
Okay.
tell us all the important information: your bank account numbers, your social security number, your
Yes.
access codes, or let's just start with this. Where did you grow up? Where did young Denise find herself as a youngster?
I grew up in the Chicago suburbs.
All
So
right.
Mm.
yeah.
Do you claim one that do you
Okay.
claim one that you like to claim, or do you just like to say Chicago suburbs?
Well, it was a small one, so a lot of people don't know it. It's Roselle,
Roselle. Okay.
Yeah. which
I've heard of Roselle.
it's grown a lot since I lived there. So it used to be
Yeah.
a small one.
Mm.
Now it's much
Yeah.
bigger. Right by Schaumburg.
Schaumburg. Okay.
Mhm.
So is that where you went to high school too?
I did. So I went to Lake Park. I was a Lake Park Lancer.
A Lake Park Lancer.
Yes.
Lancer.
Does
So that's pretty
Lancers
unique.
strike fear in you, Tom?
Well, yeah, because if you got a boil and they have to lance it, I mean, that's, ooh,
Don't mix the
that
Lancers.
would hurt. Okay, so seriously, what would be a lancer? I mean,
A
something,
knight.
a fighter, or
Yeah.
like a medieval fighter?
Yeah, a knight on a horse with the big lance.
Yeah.
Like, that was our mascot.
That's a pretty regal
Yeah, like
thing. I mean, it's kind of cool.
Sir Lancelot.
Right. It's more unique than a tiger or a bear or whatever.
No, I like that. I
Yeah.
don't think I can pick on that too much today.
Yeah, that doesn't give you a lot of fuel.
Fear and regality, royalty. There's
Mhm.
something special about this. So you were a Lancer in high school, and what about college?
So for college, I started in Wisconsin. I was telling you guys earlier. So for a couple of years, I went to a little school in Wisconsin, but then I transferred and went to NIU. So I have an undergrad from NIU, and then
Huskies.
yes, a Husky.
Huskies.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Hard to do that with a torn rotator cuff.
Careful.
Wow.
Nicely done.
Yes. I went to
And
NIU.
then I also went to U of I. So I got my graduate degree at U of I. So I'm an Illini too.
Awesome.
All right.
All
All
right.
right.
So, and then after college, what did you start out working? How did your career begin?
So my graduate degree, my undergraduate degree was in art, my graduate degree in education. So
Okay.
I intended to be a teacher, but decided immediately not to be.
Yeah.
So then I did kind of take some time. I'm like, what can I transition this into? So I ended up in banking initially.
Okay.
But when I was in college at Ripon, actually, I had a friend who was from Colorado and went there during spring break to visit her folks and fell in love with it. So I pretty quickly moved out to Colorado. So I spent over 20 years in Colorado. So even though I grew up in the Chicago area, I really consider myself from Colorado.
Okay. That's where
so-
you made your home. That's where you felt at home.
Right. Yeah. And
Yeah. Home is where the heart is,
Exactly. And, that's where, during those years, I became an adult, had a family, and, that was my area, and I knew where things were. And, and so, yeah, that feels like home.
Were you like in Colorado Springs or somewhere around Denver? Or
Outside of Denver. Yeah.
outside of Denver? Okay.
Are you
What is
familiar
that?
with the Denver area?
No, not really.
Colorado's one state I haven't been to, among others, about
Oh,
22 states I haven't been to. But I want to go to Denver. That is on my bucket list. Absolutely.
yeah. I recommend
Did
it. I was ready to leave. I left and came here 3 years ago. So while I was in Colorado, my family kind of moved out from the suburbs out this way. So when I decided I was ready to leave Colorado, which was about 3 years ago, I came here intending for it to just be like for a couple months to hang out with family. And life circumstances changed, and now I'm kind of here indefinitely.
What was his name?
So the brief story, I left Colorado because I got a divorce.
Okay.
And I'd already been wanting to leave. I love Colorado. Amazing, beautiful state. But as I mentioned, I was there for over 20 years. So I really saw it change from this really like charming small city with these great amenities and beautiful surroundings to this super overcrowded big city kind of feel where a lot of the charm was gone. You'd go
It went from
hiking.
a Hallmark movie to a New York crime show or something, right?
Yeah, that's a pretty good analogy. So yeah, and I wanted to be someplace warmer, which didn't end up working out that way, at least for now.
Yeah.
But that was the intent. But so I came out here like a couple months, spent some time with family, do some healing, and then I was going to Arizona where my son lives. And I got laid off from my corporate job. And so having all of that personal challenge in a very short period of time led me to do a lot of reflection on my life. And kind of going back to your previous question about like what I did for work, I spent most of my corporate career in the training field and took a diversion and spent about 10 years doing web development and programming. And when I left, I was in training. So I liked my job, but I really didn't feel very fulfilled. And so I did some reflection. I was like, I don't want to maintain that same way of living. I want to do something that's more meaningful. And so, I've spent some time like getting to know myself and really indulging my creativity. And then found myself at Womanspace working for a nonprofit. And I'm loving it. Like I feel like my work is meaningful.
Nice. Well, I obviously took a quick look at your LinkedIn profile, and the things that you have on there were one of the things that jumped out at me that I have to ask you about is ENSO interactions.
Yeah. So
talk a little bit about ENSO interactions. What is that?
So ENSO, just to talk about the name, it's the like Zen circle that you see, like the painted circle, and it generally like represents connection.
Okay.
So when I decided to kind of change my life, one of the things I really wanted to focus on was connecting. Connecting more genuinely with yourself, with other people, and those first couple of years after losing my corporate job, I did a lot of experimenting, trying to figure out, what do I want to do? Where can I kind of use my creativity and use all the knowledge and expertise I've built in my corporate career and do something with that. And nothing really took off exactly the way I wanted, but they were all great learning experiences. And one of those was ENSO interactions. So when I was a leader in charge of a training department, we did a lot of professional development. And a lot of times as the manager, I led that professional development. We had different kind of layers of it, but I felt it was my responsibility to help my team grow. And so I would periodically research a topic and do a presentation and kind of upskill my whole team on the same topic and kind of also maintain some consistency. To me, that's a great thing for managers to do for your team to help them advance their career and also build a relationship with them. So ENSO Interactions was really about creating toolkits for managers to use to conduct professional development with their team so that they would own it. But if you're not in the training field, it can be kind of hard to go research and put a presentation together and feel confident. So the kits I was putting together had the PowerPoint deck and facilitators guides and the handouts and job aids and all the things that you would need for a particular topic to go in and do some professional development with your folks.
That sounds good. That sounds like something that we could adapt and apply to our networking group to help people kind of connect a little bit better when we do our networking events.
That would be awesome because I have some great materials and it would be just a really beautiful thing to leverage them and help some people out.
It could be a fun thing because one of the things that Tom and I love doing, and we like brainstorming, talking about the stupid and turning it into something special.
I like that.
Because we had this discussion that the night of the contest afterwards, we all went to B-dubs and kind of decompressed and went through the evening and what worked, what didn't work, what could be better, what can we break to make it better next time is what and it was kind of one of the topics was Greg can be a jerk sometimes, and I know I can be a jerk sometimes when the discussion reveals something new, and I'm like, that's it. And like once I've pinpointed something, I put my stake in the ground. And if you try to deviate from that, that's when I kind of sometimes turn into a jerk. I'm like, no, the stake. This. You're not making it better. We made it worse. Then we made it better. Why are you want to? No.
That was a breakthrough moment for me because his wife said, "Yeah, that's true," and I'm like, "Yes, you can be a little rigid every once in a while." That was kind of funny. That was a breakthrough moment. I'm serious about that because it's like our friendship just grew.
Yes,
it just grew because now I can. Because I was kind of thinking, God Almighty, I don't know if it's me or if it's him or what, but it's okay. It's okay because that's who you are.
Basically, I'm flexible until I'm not. And then I was like, oh, we got to try.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
Before we do anything else with this idea, we got to try the idea, see if it works, and then we can go back and say, oh, here's the reason why it didn't work, or here's the thing that can make it better.
I can get on board with that. Yeah, I had a manager once who he would train. So this is when I was a trainer, and the guy I reported to, he would change the program every time we did it. And it's like, you're not getting enough feedback to know what you should actually change. Like, how is that meaningful?
Yeah.
At some
change
point,
for the sake of change is not good.
No,
it's not good. You don't just
it's
say,
chaos.
"It ain't broke, don't fix it." That's the oldest saying in the book.
That's right. At some point, you need to put a stake in the ground and say, all right, here's what we're doing. Let's give this a try. One of the things that I don't want to go political on us all of a sudden, but one of the things that I admire about the state of Texas is they only meet in state Congress once every 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And one of the reasons why I think that's a special thing that works is because now you know the rules for the next 2 years. Things aren't changing majorly for 2 more years. And then when the Congress of the state of Texas meets again in 2 years, then they go, okay, what worked, what didn't work? Let's change things. Wow. Whereas now we're living in this situation, especially as a country, where holy crap, things change weekly. And it's like, what's the rules going to be next week? There's a problem with that. So anyway, total aside, nonpartisan comment on politics. But
yeah, that wasn't partisan. That's just, I agree with your philosophy.
Absolutely. By the way, Texas is warm too. So
and Texas is warm.
It is.
Too warm in June and July, but that's another thing. So when people meet you for the first time and ask you what Womanspace is, what do you tell them? What is your elevator pitch, if you will, as to what Womanspace is and why they should care?
Okay. So I haven't refined it yet, so I'm going to say this isn't as short as
I don't know yet. I'm putting you on the spot. You are kind of still new in your position, so I totally get that.
But Womanspace is this great legacy nonprofit organization that's been serving the Rockford community for 50 years. They, established themselves to support women who support the community. So they just have this beautiful mission. And that's really evolved over the years. The way women need support now is different than 50 years ago, but that's still our mission. And we do it through, self-exploration with creativity and wellness and spirituality. And so we really help women to find themselves and also to create a greater sense of community. And a great thing about Womanspace is that we're really an evolving organization. We've had this reputation of being a hidden gem, and we're trying to shed that because it kind of gives the impression that we're exclusive. And our 50-year history can also give the impression that we're kind of old school. But we're really evolving to meet the needs of women in today's society. And we're also very inclusive. So we actually serve all genders, and we're also getting into children's programming too. So we're really evolving, and I encourage people to get to know us and see what we have to offer that can really help you with your own personal journey.
Okay. So do you consider yourself is the organization more of a inspiring organization, a teaching organization? I guess what is kind of the main focus? What is the main goal for Womanspace every year?
Yeah, that's an interesting angle because we definitely do some teaching, but I would say it's more in the inspiring realm. So while you might come here and be taught something about art, like if you're taking a painting class or ceramics class, or you might be taught something about spirituality or yoga poses, really what the intention behind it is inspiring you to find your own center, to work on your own well-being, and to really become more fully who you want to be as a person.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's see. I'm on the Facebook page right now. I think I want to actually open up the actual website so people can see this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It sounds like somebody's running a chainsaw in the background. Hopefully you guys aren't picking that up too
I
badly.
heard a rumble, and I was like, "Oh, okay. What's going on over there?" So something about Mary. That's funny. I love this title for your event coming up, December 5, 6, and 7. What's going on with Mary?
So this is one of our annual fundraisers. So we have a few that we do annually as part of our planned fundraising, and this is one of them. So we have about 60 artisans from the Rockford area who will be here for those days. Or I'm sorry, they won't be here. Their creations will be here. So they're selling their work as part of this holiday market. And one thing that I want to point out is that while it's a holiday market, it's not just holiday goods. It's just a lot of artisan pieces, different types of art. So jewelry, painting, woodworking, fiber arts. So there's a lot of beautiful things there where people can come and find really unique gifts, and gifts that were really made with care and love and individual creativity to shop for everybody on their list.
It's fun to buy stuff that it's a one of a kind.
It is. There's something really special about that, giving a gift where nobody else is going to have it, and it's something really special and unique.
Well, I've shared the link in the comments, so
I appreciate that.
you want to go directly to the Womanspace of Rockford webpage, and you can scroll down and sign up to be on their mailing list to get all the information of what's going on with Womanspace.
Yeah.
There's a membership tab.
Yes. Another way that we raise funds for the organization is through memberships. And when you have a membership, you do get some additional perks. So that's something that we always invite and appreciate. One thing I'll also mention about something about Mary, we're also still looking for volunteers to help run that event. So if you have some holiday cheer that you want to share with other people, it's a really fun environment to just be here helping people shop and seeing all the beautiful things around, serving refreshments, greeting people and such. So on our resource, on our website, there's also a link there to sign up to volunteer for that event as well.
All right. So the holiday market. Where am I looking? Is this at the Marie?
The black button. So the top one was the artist one, if you wanted to sell things, and then the button underneath that, if you scroll down a little bit more. Yeah, the button there for volunteer sign up.
Volunteer sign up. There we go. So
yeah, so you can see different roles and then different shifts. They're like 2-hour shifts.
How nicely organized. That's awesome. Way to go.
Yep. Yeah, our volunteer coordinator is a very organized woman.
Sorry, all the refreshments are full. We don't need any more volunteers for refreshments, Tom. You're gonna have to find something else to do. Awesome. Well, so this is coming up December 5, 6, and 7. So that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Talked a little bit about membership. The campus that's over there on Maria Linden is kind of an interesting place, isn't it? I mean, it's in a residential area. You wouldn't know it's there unless you were like, going there on purpose.
Yeah, I think that's kind of why we have that reputation of a hidden gem, because we're, back in this suburban area where you wouldn't expect to find something like us. And unfortunately, we're not easily accessible by public transportation. Yeah. But the flip side is our campus is beautiful. It's, very wooded. We have amazing gardens. We have a garden volunteer committee that just does an amazing job. So our gardens, spring through fall, are just really stunning. And then we have a labyrinth, which is pretty unique. It's like one of the few in this area. So that's kind of a unique thing to go and experience. and it's located on our prairie where there's also some other walking paths. So even like if you're not interested in programming here or not quite sure what you want to do with that, just to come here and experience our grounds and just how calming and peaceful and zen they are, that's a really lovely experience too.
I've always wondered, does the labyrinth change?
No,
It hasn't changed. Okay, so it's the same labyrinth that's been there for years.
it is, and it's modeled on one that's over in France at some big cathedral.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a major ordeal to build, which was long before my time here. But yeah, it's a very specific path, so it's kind of a meditative type of experience. So you walk through and follow the path, and you can use it to just quiet your mind or to reflect on a particular question or problem in your life. And kind of the general gist of it is that you kind of focus on the issue or question as you're walking to the center. And in the center, you can leave an offering if you want, or just kind of sit and kind of reflect or enjoy the surroundings. And then when you walk out, you keep your mind open so that information can flow back to you to help you solve your problem or answer your question.
I think it's important to note it's not like a corn maze where you might get lost.
No. I'll admit I've stepped over the walls to get out.
Yes, you can see that it's low. It's not. You could walk out at any time. You will not get lost. It's your way out. So
yeah.
Is there anything else on this of these choices on your website that you think we should take a look at before we move on today? Scholarships.
So I'll point out with galleries. So we do have a gallery here, and we rotate the shows. So if you're interested in art, it's a nice way to come and enjoy some local artwork and just kind of see what's happening. Like this, you can see that the current show is screwed up art. So the theme was, when art doesn't turn out the way the artist intended.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a fun theme to have. Fun. But we'll have different themes. So it's free to come and enjoy it. There's always an opening night, so you can come and enjoy it with other people and also have refreshments. But then you can also stop by during our working hours and see it at any time. We also have a little gallery to go where artists in our network can sell their artwork too. So it's another way to find unique gifts all year round.
Cool. All right. So you still got a few more days if you're watching this live today to check out the screwed up art before the Something About Mary stuff takes over the space.
Yeah, that show is just about ready to come down, but a couple more days. I'll also point out scholarships. So we do offer 2 scholarships, and we haven't been very good about advertising those. So we do intend to promote those more in 2026 so that the community is more aware of what we offer. And then the last thing I'll point out is under media. So we resumed doing blogs. Like Womanspace used to do blogs, I don't know, like 5-6 years ago, and then they stopped doing it. But we did resume doing blogs just as a way to kind of connect with the community more and put out some content that hopefully kind of resonates with people and ties to our mission of helping to empower women and helping to inspire people. So I really encourage people to check out the blog too and see if that's content that speaks to you.
Awesome. All right. Well, I want to get back to doing something we were doing it for most of the beginning of this year, and I've kind of gotten away from it a little bit in the last few months. I like to ask AI to give me some questions to ask our guests. So I'm going to, let's see how this screen looks. Maybe something like this. I want to ask some questions of Denise here. Let's see, where did I go? Denise, Colin. Is it Colin or Colon?
It's Colin, like Colin Powell.
Colin. So, fantastic organization, Womanspace of Rockford, focusing on connecting, empowering, creating, and transforming through programs in the creative arts, holistic health, interfaith exploration, and environmental stewardship for women, men, and children. Nice summary from AI here for you. So since you're the marketing manager, here are some good questions to ask her. Program specific. Womanspace offers a wide array of programs: creative arts, holistic health, environmental stewardship. How do you tailor your marketing campaigns to effectively promote such a diverse range of offerings to their specific target audiences? Ooh, this is a deep question.
It's a deep question.
This is a real test of your marketing chops, because one thing I know,
No pressure.
I know. Well, one of the things I know, because I was in broadcasting for 20 years. I was in radio, created thousands of radio ads. And a lot of times when I talk to business owners, one of the things I reminded them of was, we call it broadcasting, but the truth is your message is trying to reach that one type of person. What is that one type of person most likely to want or need your service or product, and what should you say to them? So I think that's kind of what this is about here. Your programs and offerings. Can you narrow it down? Each one has its own specific purpose, obviously. So
Yeah.
Marketing campaigns. Is there something specific coming up that you're working on right now, maybe that you would like to maybe highlight?
Yeah, we're trying to shift our marketing direction. And, I'm going to caveat this by saying, I pointed out earlier that my career has been in training and then in web development and programming. So I have a strong background in communication, but I've only been in the marketing field for about a little over a year. So it's new to me. It's new to Marketspace, or to Womanspace. So we're kind of trying to figure it out together. Yep. But one thing we know is that the marketing that we've been doing has been pretty limited. So we have Facebook and Instagram, and we have primarily been doing our posts about programs. So each program would get its own unique post to say, hey, there's this class on this. Hey, there's this class on this. Hey, there's an event on this. And then we have a newsletter that we would send out, or do send out on Sundays, that also summarized our programming. So everything just evolved around, here's classes, which doesn't really speak to our mission very well. Yeah, it's promoting what we do and trying to let people know, here's what we have available, sign up, but it's not really fostering much of a connection. And it's not really doing much for inspiration. So we're taking a step back a little bit. And of course, we're still posting about our programs because we do want people to know about them, but we're starting to consolidate those posts. So not as many of our posts are focused on that, and starting to integrate things like interviews. So we're doing interviews with staff, with volunteers, with instructors and students, so people can start experiencing Womanspace through the eyes of the people who are involved here.
There you go.
Yeah, and then also doing the blogs now, and doing posts on the blogs, and starting to promote some of the things that we're tying to the blogs, things, gratitude, tradition, things that will speak to people and hopefully get them to be reflective on their own lives. Okay. So, and we're tying that to our newsletter too. So our newsletter is starting to have a section that's really, from the staff of Womanspace, with a reflection, and then talking more about our volunteering and about our classes, but from the eyes of the students. So I can't speak right now to segmenting our marketing by our student type, because you're right. We have students that are focused on arts, students that are focused on well-being, students that are focused on spirituality, and those are different audiences. And we hope to grow that and have more audiences. So we're not looking yet on how we segment that. And we also need a new system, which we're working on this year, CRM system, to give us more data to help us do that more effectively. But we are looking at how we can align our social media better to our mission, and our marketing in general to our mission.
Well, it sounds to me like if you were if you had a stock ticker, I would be investing in Womanspace right now, because you're on the upswing. So this is a good. We
are. It's an exciting time here, because I think you might have interviewed Nicole, the executive director, earlier this year, and she just became the executive director in August. So there was the transition from Elaine, who had founded the organization with Dorothy and running it for the past 50 years. And Nicole just took over. And then I was hired, and another woman was hired to replace Nicole as the program director. And we also hired a studio manager for the art space. So there's a lot of new blood here, a lot of new ideas. We've got just this flood of energy and ideas of where we want to take Womanspace and things we want to explore. Now we just need to get grounded and really figure out what we can do, what we can't, in what timeline, how do we get sponsors where we need it, and how do we get all the work done with a very limited staff.
Well, that actually leads to the second question that AI gave me. So this actually, Womanspace is a mission-driven organization. So marketing success, it's not just about class registration. It's about connecting and empowering and transforming the community. So what kind of non-financial metrics are you going to use to measure the health of the Womanspace brand? That's you're going through that right now. You're probably starting to still define exactly what success is going to look like in 2026.
Yeah. So non-financial, a lot of that ties to social media. The amount of engagement you get, and then new followers, the number of people who sign up for our newsletter. It'll also be for us like partnerships. We really want to partner with more organizations in the community. So next year we're going to have a new partnership with Severs Dells, and we're doing a class series with them. Nice. So also just finding more ways to get exposure, also being on your podcast and finding other opportunities to have visibility where more people can become aware that we're here, and we can start having partnerships where we can benefit each other, mutually in the Rockford community.
Being active and available and showing that it's not some kind of exclusive club for my four and no more. No, we want more people to come out and experience, because you have this campus. And then that's the third question that AI gave me. Womanspace has this beautiful 7-acre campus, the labyrinth, the gardens, hosting major events. Are you strategically using the physical campus and these events in your overall marketing? And it sounds like you are.
We are. And it's an interesting thing because, we have this campus. We definitely want to leverage it. So we do promote it a lot. And we do some events here. Not a lot, but we do. And we've had like some weddings here because the grounds are a beautiful setting for a ceremony. And then we have this outdoor pavilion. So for a summer wedding, it's a really nice venue. We have a wellness room that we rent. And then, we really tie the grounds and especially the labyrinth into the spirituality aspect of our programming and our mission. So we do really leverage the campus, but we also acknowledge that we are kind of tucked away. We're not on public transportation. So we're also trying to think of ways that we can expand our audience by being elsewhere. So we're kind of looking at, Womanspace in other places. How can we take what we offer and maybe partner with another organization to have some programming somewhere else where it's accessible to a different group of folks that might not be able to make it here to our campus. That's one of the things we're exploring.
Can we get RMTD to maybe get a bus stop at Springbrook, and what's the road there off of Maria Linden?
So
That is Springbrook.
Springbrook, the closest main intersection would be Springbrook and Spring Creek, although that is still a little bit of a walk.
That's too far.
Maybe it's Applewood Lane.
Yeah, Applewood turns like into Marie Lane.
And there's an apartment complex like a quarter mile from there too, so that would be a good place for a bus stop. RMTD. I'm just saying. I agree. I agree.
Well, they go everywhere else, so why not?
That was the last place I got stopped for speeding. Okay, so the last thing
had you been on the bus, you wouldn't have gotten a speeding ticket.
I know. I've been in a hurry to get to my rehearsal at Starlight Theater. All right, so the last thing I like to ask AI for is some funny or odd questions to ask our guest as well. So of the 3 that it gave me, 2 of them are actually kind of good. One is about the labyrinth. The Womanspace labyrinth is a place for reflection. This is fun. This is great for you, actually. If you're walking the labyrinth and you received a cryptic message about the future of marketing, but you could only remember the last 3 words, What do you hope those 3 words would be? Maybe something like always use video, or authenticity wins again, or ditch the jargon.
Um,
Yeah, that's you get a cryptic message walking the labyrinth about the future of marketing, but you could only remember the last 3 words.
Seize the day.
Seize the day.
can
That's
I have
boring.
5 words?
Yeah. What came to you?
Be true to your mission.
Be true to your mission. Yes. Oh, well, there you go. Authenticity wins again. There's the 3
Yeah.
words that AI gave us.
How many of us just counted the words? Be true to your mission. Yeah, you were right. 5 words.
Yeah, 5.
I do that all the time.
There were little words in there.
Yeah, true to you. Because I thought, no, that's only 4. Be true to you. Oh no, that's 5. That's good. I should have known.
You told us about some volunteer opportunities. You told us about the organization as a whole. Is there anything we did not ask you about today that you wanted to make sure we talked about before we move on to a little bit of Tom trivia for the week?
Good question. Let me take a quick look at my notes.
Something about Mary Holiday Artisan Market is December 5, 6, and 7 out there at the Maria Lincoln campus. Check that out.
Can I just bring up a silly thing?
Please do.
So, I was trying to anticipate what silly question you might ask me. And so this was kind of one of the things I kind of had there waiting. One of my wish list items for Womanspace, and this is like, I did some research. I don't know if it's practical, but it would be expensive. I think it would be so fun to have a turkey cam. So, we've talked about
goodness.
Yeah, we have these beautiful grounds here, and one of the things we have is a ton of turkeys. And there's in particular this one flock of 14 turkeys that comes through almost every day, and they just do some of the silliest stuff. So you know how they have the eagle cams where people are watching every day with bated breath. When are they going to hatch, and when are they going to fledge? I think it would be so fun to do it with turkeys, just to help people really connect with the wildlife in our area.
Yeah. I can see that. We have turkeys in our. My wife and I just moved into a new neighborhood, and we have turkeys in our neighborhood now. And I knew there was a handful of them, 6 or 8, but like the 3rd or 4th morning we were here, I was out walking the dog. There were 20 turkeys.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
House, and my dog, not having experienced that before, did something, I think by accident, but she separated the big adult turkeys from the young juvenile turkeys.
Oh, whoops.
So all the adult ones, the 6 of them, were like on one side of our house, and all the younger, smaller ones were in our backyard. And I thought, did that happen on purpose? What just happened here? That was very interesting. But yeah, we've got like 20 some odd turkeys in our neighborhood, and some of them are very big.
Yes, they get huge.
Very big.
Yeah. But they're fun. And I know a lot of people who have experienced turkeys and have a negative perception, but they're cool, and like, they're so entertaining, and it would be so fun to just help them change their perception. So if anybody has ideas on how to set up turkey cams.
Before I hit the button on the trivia for the day, I'm just going to say this. I'm partial to dark meat. There we go.
It's time for Tom's Trivia Challenge on the In Crowd 815 podcast. Good luck.
All right. Every week, Tom's got some fun trivia for us, and I'm sure this week will be no different. What do we got for trivia, Mr.
I have
Tom?
lots of good trivia here. All right. Denise, just to let you know, these questions are always designed for you not to fail. Okay, so I don't want anybody walking away having gotten 2 out of the 7. That's just not fun. There's no fun in
My
that.
goal is 4. I want to get at least 4 out of the 7.
Yeah.
And I feel good about myself.
And
the rest
quite
of it.
frankly, I don't know if you've ever hit your goal. I think you always exceed it. So when I say never hit it, meaning you never just get 4, maybe once or twice. But, and it's usually when there's 3 or 4, a couple of guests and all that, need help, call 211.
Can we use this for trivia? No, don't use this for trivia, friends. This is United Way's. If you need help with childcare, food, or housing, or call 211, and the friends at United Way will do their best to help you out. Anyway, this is not for trivia. I just thought it would be fun.
That was random and weird. So, all right. All right, here we go. That's almost as bad as me interjecting my little newest member of the family here.
A big one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Greg, I'm gonna be transparent. I have always lost at Trivial Pursuit. Always.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay, but Trivial Pursuit is different because, what was the winemaking culture back in 1674 when they blah 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 blah. So no, Trivial Pursuit is one of those games where they wanted you to know how smart they were when they were writing the questions. So I'm not a big fan. Anyway, all right, here we go. Your categories are Spring into Action, Well Done, Walt's Creations, Getting into the Christmas Spirit, Solar System, that's an odd one, it's not what you think, Call Human Resources, and Local Trivia. Boy, I'm reading these here, and it's like it was designed for you. This is kind of cool.
This is good.
All right, here we go. Spring into Action. Which Springfield has a higher population? Is it Springfield, Illinois, or Springfield, Vermont?
Oh.
That is a tough one.
Which Springfield has a higher population? Is it Springfield, Illinois, or Springfield, Vermont?
I mean, I've heard that Springfield, Illinois has a surprisingly low population, given it's our capital.
Mm-hmm. But Vermont doesn't seem like it would have a very large population either. So I would lean toward thinking Springfield, Illinois is a little bigger than Springfield, Vermont.
Okay, let's go for it.
I'm thinking that. I'm hoping
Good job. You leaned the correct way.
Oh.
All right, Springfield, Illinois, 114,394. Springfield, Vermont, 9,062.
I thought it was a trick question, but apparently not.
Greg, you and I have a mutual friend, John D, and he grew up in Vermont. And so him and I have talked a lot about Springfield, Vermont, and, small town.
Lots of
so he
small
lived right
towns.
near there. So,
All
all right, that's kind of where. Well done. Who wrote, that's the category, who wrote the 1895 novel, The Time Machine? Was it H.G. Wells or Orson Welles?
H.G. Wells.
I like that. Yeah. I would think H.G. Wells was more of the time machine.
Yes. And it was H.G. Wells. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right.
Orson Welles would have had them all just die. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. The time machine exploded and everybody died. And aliens came down to the earth.
Ooh, there
Wrapped
we
people
go.
up. Yeah.
All right. 2 out of 2.
All right, here we go. Walt's Creations. In the Disney movie The Lion King, who voiced adult Simba? Was it Matthew Broderick or Robbie Benson?
Who is the second person?
Robbie Benson.
Robbie Benson is a similar, maybe a little bit older than Matthew Broderick, but I don't think he had anything to do with The Lion King. I don't think Robbie Benson did anything with The Lion King. I think it was Matthew Broderick.
That would make more sense to me.
Pretty sure it's Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick it is.
All
Robbie
right.
Benson was in the Beauty and the Beast. He did the Beast.
Yeah.
He's been in a ton of, but I think his time had passed by this time. He'd been, he did a lot of Disney stuff early in the day. All right. Getting into the Christmas spirit. In the United Kingdom, what is the day after Christmas known as? No help here.
Well, in Canada, they call it Boxing Day, right? Do they do the same thing in England? Is it Boxing Day?
Maybe.
I have no idea.
Yeah. And because the day after, I know in Canada, the day after Christmas is Boxing Day. I think they do the same thing in England, right? It's called Boxing Day.
Well, I don't have a better idea, so let's do it.
Yep.
Awesome.
Boxing Day it is. You are 4 for 4. Nice. Nicely done. All right. Solar System. This one is
Comment
not
to win, folks. Comment to win. Anyone who's commenting might win this gift card from Landscape Connection. All right.
Shameless plug. That's Greg's middle name. Greg Shameless Plug Saunders. All right. Solar System. Here we go. I was born Peter Hernandez in Honolulu, Hawaii in 1985. I have had 9 #1 hits both by myself and with other artists. I have sold over 150 million records to date, and I have won 16 Grammys and 14 American Music Awards. Who am I?
I had a name jump into my head right away, but I'm curious what you're thinking, Denise.
Wait, the topic was solar system?
Yeah.
Okay, so is this person's stage name like something tied to the solar system?
Yeah. So that makes my initial guess completely irrelevant now. So
What, Neptune, Uranus, Mercury, Mars?
Bruno
I
Mars.
can't imagine somebody with a
Bruno
stage
Mars.
name of Uranus.
I like it. Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars it is. You know what, though? Denise gets credit for that one because she
Yes.
figured out that, wait a minute, it was solar system.
Solar System.
Very good. Nicely
first
done.
name-
You guys
first
worked
name
well as a team.
Hawaii, I thought Don Ho. Well, Don Ho must be a stage name, right? So wait a
He
minute.
was going to go with Jimmy Uranus, but he decided on Bruno Mars. So. You know, it's funny. It's funny because everybody says it's not Uranus, it's Uranus. Okay, well, instead of Uranus, it's Uranus. It's still got urine in it.
It's
So
so bad.
either way, it's still bad. Anyway, you know what? You guys are 5-0.
We're 5 for 5.
Oh, sweet.
5-0. Here we go.
Let's go.
All right. Oh, this will be the easiest one of all right here. You guys may go 7-0. No pressure. Call Human Resources. Actor Steve Carell plays this character on The Office whose favorite line is, "That's what she said." What is his name in the show?
I wasn't an Office watcher.
Me neither, but I know it because I've heard it so much.
Dunder Mifflin was the name of the company.
Dunder, yeah. Did
Dunder
you say
Mifflin.
Gunder or Dunder? Yeah, Dunder
with
Mifflin.
D.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I didn't watch it enough to remember his name either. I don't remember what his name was.
Uh-oh.
Was it also
Uh-oh.
Steve? Was it also Steve something? I don't remember.
Yeah, we're not going to get this one.
No,
No.
yeah, I'm gonna punt on this one too.
Are you really? Oh, man. I feel bad.
I like the show. I do like the show. It's funny. It didn't.
Well, it was not Scott Michaels, but it was Michael Scott.
Michael Scott.
Yeah.
Scott.
You will never, ever forget that one now. All right. So you're going to go at the
That's
very,
where
very...
the group of 6 or 7 or 8 playing trivia. If someone were to say that, I'd be like, "Oh yeah. Now I remember. That's yes.
Yeah,
That's
that's the beauty of it. That's why when I write these trivia questions, sometimes when I'm writing them for you guys here, I know there's only going to be 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, but for sure 2. So I always write them with the idea that you don't have like that 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th person to possibly answer.
I think the most we've had on this show at one time was like 7. I think
Oh,
we had
wow.
a group of 4 on one screen.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
then
right.
2 other guests and me. So I think the most we've ever had on the show at transition time was 7.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
right. Yeah, because a lot of times, Denise, we have 2 guests. So, and then we'll have the transition time, so the whole screen is full up. I have to get a
Okay.
bigger computer. All right, final question. Local trivia. This one should be very, very easy. Although you're a Wisconsinite, you're a Chicagoite, whatever. So maybe not. But yeah, you'll get it. What is Rockford's official nickname? And if they have 4 nicknames, any one of them works. But this one here that I got on here is the one I'm looking for. But what is Rockford's official nickname?
Well, we've got Screw City, Forest City.
Yes.
Those are the 2 I know.
Well,
Yeah,
you're right.
I think the official
Forest
one is Forest City.
Forest City. The Screw City thing, I think that came up kind of tongue in cheek,
Yeah.
But yeah, we were very, very big in manufacturing back in the day. So we were also the Furniture City and all of that. And a lot of that came out of the Chicago fire because all the furniture factories started here so we could sell furniture to Chicago. So Forest City, you're correct.
Okay.
And the
Very
Power.
Good.
6 out of
Nicely done. Namaste. Namaste.
Nicely
I bow
done.
to you both. I got my where's my I used to hand out the winning trophy. I don't even know where it is now.
I don't
Oh,
think
well.
I can reach the thing that I got. Maybe I can. Hold on. Maybe I can reach it. Hold
It's
on.
okay. You win a stuffed bear. It's he's
Yay.
he's a bear. Oh, there you go. There you go.
From our friends at
Awesome.
Community Foundation of Northern Illinois, our nonprofit Walk of Fame inductee trivia. Or we'll call it a trivia trophy. We'll put trivia on the back here. How about that?
All right, trivia trophy. Hey, 6-1, nothing to shake a stick at, or nothing to sneeze at, or
Get
whatever.
really fancy
What do
and
they
go
say?
with
Nothing to sneeze at. Yeah.
Nothing to sneeze
Awesome.
at.
Great. I didn't embarrass myself. I appreciate that.
No, not at all. In fact, I think you carried the team, but don't take that as
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Well, Denise,
Yeah.
I'm sure this went a lot longer than you were expecting today. So thank you for spending a whole hour with us. It was awesome.
Thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we
Good.
need to get the word out, and this is what it's all about. And you did a remarkable job. Not that we didn't think you would, of sharing what Womanspace is with us. So this is good.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, we wish you the best with your Something About Mary event. I hope
Yeah.
a lot of people turn out for that. Again, it's December 5, 6, and 7 out there at the Maria Linden campus of Womanspace. And hopefully the weather will be nice enough that people can go
Yes.
out also that day and walk the labyrinth and check out the rest of the grounds.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Be a wonderful thing. All right, Denise, have a great rest of your weekend.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, our current race to 10 has Greg in the lead by a score of 3-2, and our big number of the week this week is 400. That's not very big.
Mm-hmm.
400 is the answer. Monarchs or millennials? And Tom has sent me a guess, and I have to tell you, Tom, I'm a little disappointed that the chat's not blowing up with comments today. I've often said we don't have a ton of live viewers of the show. A lot of people watch this tape delay, if you will, on Spotify later, which is perfectly fine, and YouTube and Facebook later, because the recordings do get saved. But if you comment before the end of the show, any comments in the comments, you could win this $25 gift card to the Landscape Connection, which you want right now. There's a lot of great.
Otherwise, I get a free lawn mowing.
You got
Because it comes to me, right? Right? Isn't that right?
something like that. Something like that.
No, probably not.
So have you heard? You know what monarch butterflies do, right?
Yeah. They land on my yellow shirt.
Yeah.
I
they're
once
looking-
had a monarch butterfly land right here. I was wearing a baseball shirt with yellow sleeves, and it was like, wow, that's the coolest thing ever.
Nice. Well, monarch butterflies, they migrate. Their migration stretches thousands of miles across North America, but scientists have known very little about their life cycles. And they're trying to figure this out now because flying insect populations are falling off big time. The insect population as a whole is dying off, and that's a bad thing. I know you might think it's a good thing. We don't need more. Well, we do need the insects. They serve a purpose. So there's a company.
Gnats and mosquitoes and roaches can go bye-bye, but other than that.
Cellular Tracking Technologies is a company with only 36 employees, but they have built a tiny solar-powered radio tag. It weighs 60 milligrams, costs about $200, and it lets the users track individual monarchs using an app. Real-time updates on their routes. Now, here's the thing. Most monarch butterflies weigh between 500 and 600 milligrams. So this 60 milligram tag adds like 10% to their body weight, but apparently it's working. It's going to follow their transcontinental journey, and they have tracked now. They've tagged just over 400 monarchs. So there's your win.
Yes.
400 butterflies have been tagged this year as they make their flight to Mexico for the winter. A little bit jealous about that. The company is hoping amateur butterfly enthusiasts might be willing to pay for more tags, and you can follow their flight through the Project Monarch Science app. So if you're into butterflies, look up on your in your Play Store the Project Monarch Science. It's a utilities app, free for download through the iPad, whatnot. So you might find that completely interesting. Maybe something you can do with the kids and show, look what these insects do. Look what these butterflies.
No, that is a great idea for like a school assignment or something like that. That is so wonderful. Okay, so can you imagine mom and dad butterfly and the two kids is like, okay, kids, it's gonna be a long trip. Let's go. Anybody got to go to the bathroom? Well, we're butterflies. Just do it right there. I don't care.
We're flying to Mexico.
We're flying to Mexico. That for a butterfly to flutter by. You know, like that to go to Mexico. That's got to take. I mean, they leave in September, and they get there in May. Well, we might just go back now.
It's
got to take 6 months to get there.
It's got to take a long time. Well, I'm sure they get up into the jet stream or something, and they get their way down there, maybe a little easier. But it's crazy how it works. And you can follow along now yourself with the Project Monarch Science app. And if you want to buy one of these tags and help the company along, they cost about $200 a piece. Not crazy expensive, not cheap, but not crazy expensive either. The millennials answer this week is about cruises, the big boats. You know, they're no longer for newlyweds, the overfeds, and the nearly deads. Cruise travel. Have you ever heard that before, Tom?
No.
Nobody goes on cruises unless they're newlyweds, overfeds, or nearly deads. No. This is now cruising has reached a record high last year. 36% of global cruise passengers were under the age of 40. Currently, 76% of Gen Zers and 83% of millennials who have gone on a cruise in the last 2 years say they would like to do a seacation again. They want to go again. And I'll throw that out there. My wife and I have done 3 cruises, 2 in the last 4 years, and can't wait to do our next one. We're looking forward to doing another one.
I'm looking forward to doing my first one. I cannot wait.
You get on a big enough boat, and you don't feel like you're in waves. You know,
it's a small city.
It's a small city.
I mean, unless you go to the upper deck and you're looking around, going, "Oh, hey, if this thing sinks, we're in trouble." You know.
It takes some pretty rough weather to actually feel like you're on a boat. And when the weather is bad, they close off the outside decks and you stay inside anyway. I will say it's not for everybody. Some people, you know, are sensitive to motion, and they hate them because they get the motion sickness. I know there's medication you can take for that too, but
Dramamine
doesn't always work for everybody. But anyway, I'm a big advocate for cruising. Norwegian Cruise Lines has been very good to us, and
yeah.
Another one.
I want to do the one that starts up in Minnesota, and it goes all the way down to Louisiana. It's the Mississippi. It takes the entire Mississippi, and it's you don't have to. You can do half of it. You can do the whole thing. You do small portions. I don't know. I want to do that. You know, it's a lot less expensive, and you're getting the whole cruise kind of vibe from it. So,
stop in cities along the way.
Yeah.
So there you go. Tom and I are now tied at 3 apiece.
Starting my comeback.
Here we go.
I'd like to thank the Academy and Bobo. He's made an appearance like 5 times in the show today.
I didn't write down my shout outs this week, so I'm going back through, and I want to thank again all the team captains that put together teams to play in the Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest. Those who help, they're helping to organize it really by being a team captain and getting a team together. We had 12 great teams play in our November 13th event at Tabala, and congratulations again to the winning team from Marshmallows Hope, winning a $5,000 grand prize courtesy of Medicare 411. In addition to the $5,000, Marshmallows Hope was also responsible for encouraging more people to buy tickets to the event. So they won the $500 bonus prize as well. So that turned into a pretty profitable evening for Marshmallows Hope. $5,500 in prize money for their nonprofit. Thanks to Les's Cleaning Service for sponsoring that team. Also, shout out and congratulations to Ramp. Ramp won the $1,000 karaoke prize. That was thanks to Gemini Solar. And then Waldom Electronics had the trivia prize, I believe, or am I flipping those two around? The team from Jess Riley's Envoy Mortgage was playing for Nick's Wish. So the Nicholas Ritchell Foundation won $1,000. They were the trivia winning team this time around. So kudos to all of them. Next week on the podcast, we're going to be talking with Jacob Westendorf. He is the Sports Illustrated Green Bay Packers writer, and he's had a lot to write about this season because the season has not been going as totally as expected. So his report cards weekly are very insightful. If you haven't looked at them, you want to go to sportsillustrated.com, I believe. Check out Jacob Westendorf or just look Green Bay Packers, and you'll see his articles each week with the report card on what's happened with the Packers and why he's given them the grades that he's given them. So let's talk some Packers football, maybe just a little bit in preparation for that next week. Tom,
okay, sounds good.
We got a defense. What happened to the offense?
Before we do that, though, I was going to say you have a shout out. I have a shout at. This is something new I would love to do. I am so sick and tired. And girls, it doesn't apply to you. It only applies to guys because it has to do with urinals. I am so sick and tired of going into a bathroom and seeing gum in the urinal.
Come on.
Or the napkins. And I'm not talking about like toilet paper type stuff where you were, the napkins that you pull down from the thing and it gets thrown in there. Somebody has to dig that out.
There's garbage.
Why can't you take the gum out of your mouth and throw it in the garbage can, which is 2 feet away? It is disgusting. Yeah. It's self-centered. It's not self-centered. Well, it is, but it's inconsiderate. It's inconsiderate. Quit doing it. Oh my God, it drives me nuts.
Just don't. That's wrong.
And then one more. If you are parking in a parking lot, those yellow lines there are there for a reason. Park in between them. If you can't park your car between the yellow lines, then move it to the back of the lot where you can take up 2 spaces. That drives me nuts. Okay, now I'm done with my shout-outs.
Shouting it. That's for you guys.
And okay. So the very first thing I want to say regarding Jake, by the next time we talk to him, we will have 2 more games in the books. We will either be, because we got Sunday and then Thursday, and we're going to talk to him next Saturday.
Oh my, that's right.
We got 2 more games. So we will either be 9-3-1 and owning the division, 8-4-1 and kind of maybe not, or we'll be 7-5-1. Oh boy, I hope we're 9-3-1. That'll make for a really good show. It'll be a good show anyway. So make sure you stick around for that. I think everybody but Denise will probably join us. That Bear fan. No, she's awesome. She's awesome. She can be a Bear fan. It's cool. So anyway, lots to talk about. A very good victory. Okay, fine. It was a 27-20 victory over the Giants. But did you see how hard they played? And I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was the announcer that said it. Yeah, it was. It was the announcer. He said, these guys really want to win this game today.
They're playing for their coaches. They're playing for themselves. They're out there.
This was going to be a season-defining win if the Giants won. And I'm going to tell you something about the Green Bay Packers. This team is so much better than what we think. So much better. Jordan Love is so much better than we think. You can say all you want about if we'd beaten Cleveland, if we'd beaten Carolina, fine, we lose the Philly game. Had we beaten Cleveland and Carolina, we'd be what would we be? We're 7-3. We'd be 9-1. What are we right now? We're 6-3-1, right?
I got to bring up the page. I don't know.
No, we're 7-3-1. We would be 9-1 right now. Anyway, is my math correct? I think it is. Anyway, the point being is that Jordan Love is having a really, really good season. If you dig into the numbers, if you just look at his play and some of the crazy, silly plays he made, like that fumbly looking pass he tried to make 2 weeks ago against Philly, that was really bad. But you know what? Nobody talks about Josh Allen getting sacked 9 times. Nobody
Ooh.
talks about Josh Allen throwing absolute bona fide stupid passes. Nobody talks about Patrick Mahomes trying to do 14 things at once and trying to complete a pass that failed miserably. Even Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions in one game. I believe it was last year. It might have been this year too. So don't talk to me about how Jordan Love is not good and that how he's not having a good season. You look at the numbers, and by next week I'll have numbers, because with Jacob on the show, we want to make sure we have some numbers, because it's all about Packers next week. We're not just doing random 5 or 10 minutes at the end of the show.
Nope.
But I will give you this one number, and this is very telling. The Packers defense is number 1 in balls thrown 10 yards completed. Balls completed 10 yards or more.
They're stopping.
Number 1, it's stopping them. It's stopping them. When you say it's number 1, you mean that's what I mean, stopping them. And it's also number 1 at balls thrown 20 yards or more. Nobody is throwing long. Nobody's throwing deep on Green Bay. And the reason for that is because you've got Xavier McKinney and you've got Evan Williams back there. And they are 2 of the best safeties in the game. It reminds me of the 2014 Seattle Seahawks, where nobody was throwing Richard Sherman's way. They were going the other side constantly. Yep. Nobody was, so he had very few interceptions. Last year, Xavier McKinney had 6 interceptions in the first 7 games. He had 5 in the first 5 games. He missed one and then got another one. And then people started saying, wait a minute. We are not going to throw his way anymore. We're not going to do it. We're not throwing his way anymore. And that's when his interceptions dropped off. And that same philosophy is held today with opposing offenses. They're not throwing his way. That takes away the deep ball. That means now they have only the middle of the field, or maybe like some screens, some short little quick hitters, or maybe some passes out of the backfield or something like that. A lot of teams are hitting on those. We keep giving up third downs, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 10s. We're giving up 12 yards on it, and that's driving me nuts. And that's something that has to be fixed.
Packers Vikings at noon on Sunday.
Yep.
This is a big one, because the Vikings are going to be very motivated, because they are at the bottom of the NFC North right now, but they're not out of striking distance. They're still in the hunt.
They're not going to make it. I'm sorry to disappoint any Vikings fans. They're not going to make it, because J.J. McCarthy is 31st ranked. He is a 31st ranked quarterback. He is awful. Let's just say it. He's awful. He is not reading defenses. He's holding on to the ball too long, or he's throwing the ball 10 yards over Justin Jefferson's heads. And when you see Justin Jefferson come to the sideline and slam his helmet down, he's very, very frustrated. And if you read his lips, you could hear him say, "Where is Sam Darnold?" I'm kidding about that. But that's basically, I think, what the organization is saying is, I think we may have made a mistake getting rid of Sam Darnold. Look, the Vikings are not a good team right now. Kevin O'Connell is still a good coach. He's a great coach. Brian Flores is a good defensive coordinator, but I've also noticed something about Brian Flores is that you can beat him in the second half. He does not adjust well, and Green Bay does adjust well. Their second half prowess has been well noted this year, not so much in the last few games. We scored 10 points against Carolina. No, 13 against Carolina. We scored 7 against Philly. So, and then we had 27 against the Giants.
I just wonder about Jeff Hafley. Are we going to be lucky enough to keep him for one more season, or is he a head coach next year somewhere?
I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. I think if the Packers get really, really close, let's say we make it to the NFC Championship game and we get beat, or God forbid we go to the Super Bowl and lose or something like that, I think Hafley might say, you know what? We have unfinished business. I'm not leaving until we win a Super Bowl. Because what better resume maker? I mean, that might be an extra $10 million on his contract if he's the defensive coordinator for the Super Bowl winning team. So who knows? And I don't think it's about money for a Jeff Hafley anyway. I don't. But But no, he's making really good money as a D coordinator. I don't worry too much about that. I think I defensive coaches in the NFL do not fare well as head coaches. How many defensive coordinators that are defensive coaches have you ever known that won Super Bowls? Now, Bill Belichick was always a defensive guy. That is the outlier. That is the outlier. You look at a lot of the defensive coaches, they're just not. It's always the innovative offensive mind that seems to win Super Bowls. Always. About 85% of the time.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah. So,
well,
but
hopefully we got Heffley for at least another season after this one, because
I
we're going
want
to
5 more. I want 5 more because we are still, and I'm getting tired of hearing this, we're still the youngest team in the NFL. It doesn't matter. We've got a lot of experience, but we've had so many injuries, and it's the NFL. Everybody has
penalties. The youth does show itself in the number of penalties that this team gets.
Does it though? I mean, I don't know. I suppose it does. But you know what? You've been playing football since you were 8 years old. I started playing football when I was 8 years old. I went all the way through. Did a little in college, sort of. Maybe I was injured. I quit. I couldn't do it. So, you're a seasoned veteran when you get up into the high school years, college years, and now you're a pro. You're a pro for 2-3 years. These guys that are making these mistakes, Micah Parsons, constantly offsides. What is going on, Micah? Come on. You're lining up offsides or you're jumping. You're a 5-year veteran. That's not a rookie mistake. That's not being young. You've got guys on the line that are, and I'll say this too, the refereeing has gotten horrible. You got calls that are being made, and when the announcers, who are supposed to be partial, when the announcers are saying, boy, I'm sorry, I didn't really see anything there. And then you got a Dean Blandino or a Mike Pereira or a Terry McCauley, when they're going, yeah, I probably would have let that one go. I think that was a good non-call. It would have been a good non-call or something like that. I think the referees are under a lot of pressure, and I think that's what's happening a lot. So anyway, it's very interesting to me. So, but you're right, the penalties. Now, Keyshawn Nixon, I'm telling you, I think they're out for him. I really do. I'm watching him play, and he's got good coverage, and they're hand fighting and this and that. Oh, it's a penalty on number 25. What?
Yeah.
Are you serious? A penalty on number 20? No, it's not. He's getting some of the worst calls of all. And, so I think some of the officiating is a little specious to me. I don't know. I'm just saying. Quick prediction.
Packers Vikings. Yeah. And it's, by the way, it is, it's in Green Bay, right? It is in Green Bay.
It is in Green Bay.
So this is a Lambeau Field game at noon on a Sunday before Thanksgiving. There should be no reason to look past this game, even though they got the Lions coming up on Thanksgiving Day.
They're not looking past this game.
No, this is a division rival. This is something you do not look past. So this is not
this is the hated Minnesota Vikings. And here's the thing. This makes Minnesota's season. It puts them at 5-6 if they win. It puts Green Bay at 6-4-1 if they lose. This is huge for Minnesota. And I will say it is a must-win for both teams, because if Green Bay has any shot at winning the division, you have to win this game. Now, here's the other thing I'm going to say. Every team that has played the Packers this year, that is their Super Bowl. That is their Super Bowl, because Green Bay is supposedly coming into the season with Super Bowl aspirations. They were one of 4 teams that were predicted to go to the Super Bowl and possibly win it. You had Kansas City, Philadelphia, Green Bay, and I don't remember who that fourth. Buffalo was the 4th team. Oh, and then probably Baltimore. Those are the 5 teams that I think were, and maybe you could replace Baltimore with Kansas City. Of course, Baltimore now is 5-5. They won 4 in a row. They started out 1-5.
They're coming back. They're coming on strong.
Well, They're a good team. They're a good team, well coached, and Lamar Jackson was hurt for most of the season so far. So I know because he's my fantasy quarterback. But anyway, every team that comes into Lambeau, or every team that plays Green Bay, it's their Super Bowl. So Carolina, that was the signature win for them. Cleveland, are you kidding me? I was in Cleveland when that happened. I watched those fans practically dumping over trash can. No, they weren't. They were great fans.
That's the only loss I'm truly disappointed with. The Carolina one, I they're better than they were advertised, so I get that.
Okay, but Cleveland's
defense. They still should have beat them.
They should have won both, and they should have won both big. The Cleveland one, Cleveland was playing inspired football, and we did let them back in. Yeah, that was a crappy game. That was not good. We had no business losing that game. The Carolina game is the one that makes me the most mad because we're 2-1. We're 2-0 going into Cleveland. It's a game that we were like 13.5-point favorites. Or 12.5, whatever it was, and we come out losing the game because of a crappy. Yeah, we scored 10. They scored 13. Yeah. We lose because of a blocked kick, and then they hit a 54-yarder. It's like, what just happened? Did I just go into a time warp? Is Lynn Dickey quarterbacking the Green Bay Packers right now? I mean, come on.
Don't bash on Lynn Dickey. He was good.
Oh, I used to love Lynn Dickey. Yeah, he would throw you 400 yards and 4 touchdowns and couple that with 3 interceptions. So that was fine. Yeah, he was good. Okay, so then, the Carolina game was the one that probably bothered me the most because there's no reason. This is when our defense kind of let us down because it kept letting people back in. It reminds me of the Giants game 2 years ago when Tommy DeVito, Tommy DeVito comes in and beats us on a Monday night in New York, in New Jersey, the Netherlands. He comes in and he engineers that last second drive with a minute left, and they kick the game-winning field goal. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's what the Carolina game reminded me of. So that's the one that bothered me the most. The second one was the Philly game when they only scored 10 points and we only scored 7. Are you kidding me? We have to be better on offense. And that brings me to my final point. Maybe not. I don't know. I always lie about that. About Matt LaFleur. And I think Matt LaFleur is starting to figure it out. Let Jordan Love be Jordan Love. Let's start innovating some stuff. We got some broken wide receivers and tight ends. Stop giving Luke Musgrave the ball on the line of scrimmage and making him do yards after catch like Tucker Kraft does. Tucker Kraft is the best in the NFL at doing that. Luke Musgrave is not. You know what Luke Musgrave's strength is? Blocking. Running down the field, getting separation, not blocking. He's a horrible blocker, not blocking. It's sorry about that. He's great at getting separation because he's fast. He's faster than Tucker Kraft. He's your speed guy. So I would like to see them have a 3 tight end set. They call it 13 personnel, 3 tight end set where you've got Fitzpatrick, you've got Musgrave, and you got this new guy, Wiley, who scored the touchdown last year.
He scored a touchdown, yeah.
And you have 3 tight ends, meaning you have blockers. Wiley is a good blocker. I think Fitzpatrick is a good blocker. Musgrave is not. And he had 2 fumbles last week. Didn't lose either of them, but he had 2 fumbles. Hold on to the ball, son.
Hold on
Get
to
the ball in stride. Get him going. 25 yards down. You've got 3 tight ends. So you've got 2 extra blockers. One of them can come back into the backfield and block in case it's a blitz. Luke Musgrave gets open. Boom. Bob's your uncle. You got a touchdown. That's what they need to do. So there's so many things they need to do. Change up, misdirection. Stop running Josh Jacobs to the left. Oh, hey, we got 2 yards. Now it's 2nd and 8. Josh Jacobs to the right. Oh, he got 4 yards.
Yeah, he's tweaked now with the injury, so they can't do that anymore.
Well, Chris Brooks is he is very good. He's a very good running back, and Emmanuel Wilson is a stud. Good. He is a stud. If we had just those 2 guys, Chris Brooks, by NFL standards, is the best blocking running back in the NFL. Mm-hmm. The best in the NFL. He will sit back there and hold the fort down for Jordan Love. And when Jordan Love is not pressured, he is 87% accurate. He has an 87% completion percentage when he's not pressured. 89 when you adjust for drops and for throwing out of bounds, getting rid of the ball. 89%. But when you get 4 down linemen rushing him and that sieve of a line lets them through, then we're in trouble.
It's
Then
trouble.
we're in trouble. So anyway, if we have it, so not having Josh Jacobs could be a blessing. Let him rest. Bring him back for the Detroit game, or maybe let him rest for both games. I don't know, and have him for the home stretch. Because with Emmanuel, I'm getting all choked up. Oh, hard time to talk Packer football. Hold on, coffee break.
That's my team. That's my team.
That's my team. Anyway, no. So with Emmanuel Wilson and Chris Brooks, we've got a really good opportunity. Oh, and by the way, play action. So what I was saying about Josh Jacobs, you run him left, you run him right, 2 yards, 4 yards. Now it's 3rd and 4. There's a reason why the Green Bay Packers are the number 1 team in 3rd down conversions, because they're running on 1st and 2nd down. And they're left with 3 yards, 4 yards, and that's fairly easy to complete. You don't know if they're going to pass it or if they're going to run it, or if Jordan Love's going to take off and slide. You don't know. And so, in a sense, that's working. But what it's doing is it's kicking Josh Jacobs' butt. He's really getting hammered.
He's getting wore out.
He is getting hammered, and he's going to be worn out. He's going to be the Earl Campbell of the NFL for this year. He's going to end up out of football in 5 years, 3 years, 4 years, if they don't try to. One of the reasons why guys like Emmitt Smith, guys like Walter Payton in the early days would take on guys. He would take on guys. And then he realized, oh, you know what? Don't do that. Extend your career. Emmitt Smith had, 18,000 yards for his career, the leading rusher of all time, because he didn't take those hits. He would avoid the hits and he'd go down or go out of bounds or whatever. He took some hits, obviously. He got tackled. Yeah. But he didn't take the unnecessary hit. He didn't challenge people like Earl Campbell used to do. Earl Campbell used to lower his head and boom. He so knocked good. 4 guys down.
Nobody wanted to hit him.
Yeah, they were like bowling pins. Boom.
He was so big.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all I'm saying. So the offense, get innovative. Don't worry about Lucas Haversick missing those 2 kicks. Those things, they just flew. They just flew because they were wind aided.
The wind
you
was
saw terrible. That. It was awful. And so we're going to have Haversick again. I hope they put Brandon McManus on IR, which means 4 more weeks for Lucas Haversick. So that'll be fine. I like Lucas. I think he's very good. He was kicking 61-yarders, 60-yarders in practice again in the Giants game in the wind, or with a windy stadium. Yeah, I don't know if it was in the wind or against the wind or whatever, but it was a swirling wind, and that's why you ended up. Oh, that's why you ended up with, and it happened to their kicker as well. Yeah. He biffed one big time. It went and then off to the side. So
this is quite
going to be. Okay, so real quick, I know you want to get out of here real quick on the Minnesota game. This is why I think this is what I was leading up to. I think we keep saying, we said it in the Cleveland game, we said it in the Dallas game, we said it in the Carolina game, we said it in all of the other games that we are going to win by double digits. We're going to add 33-13. I predicted 33-13, didn't come close. We actually lost that game to Carolina. I predicted 31-14 or something against Cleveland. That didn't work. No. Why do we keep predicting that we're going to win by 20 points or 14 points or whatever, by 17? Because this team's good enough to do that.
They should.
This team is good enough to score 40 points every week. We're not scoring 40 points because Matt LaFleur is not figuring out how to best use his offense. Our defense is on the field too much, and this is why teams are getting these chunks at the end of the game. And that's why with the 24-10 lead against Washington, it then became a 24-17 game or 24-18 or something like that. I can't remember exactly what the numbers were.
Yeah.
And then we ended up winning it 28-17. So it became 20. Yeah, that's not right. Couldn't have been 27-18. That's right. It was 27-10, and then it became 27-18, I think, or something. I know it was 20. It was 24-10, and then 24-18, and then 27-18. I think that's the way it worked. But this is why this is happening. Maybe it was 27-10. and then they scored the 18, and that's how it ended up, 27-18. So it wasn't 24-18, it was 27-18 because it was 20 to 10. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It was a long time ago. Forget that last 45 seconds existed. Uh-oh.
Connected.
Oh, there you go.
Bloop, bloop. There we go. Now
There we go. Okay, good enough. So anyway, I'm just saying, so with Minnesota, they cannot throw the ball long, then they won't against the Packers. Their run game is not good right now. Justin Jefferson is frustrated. We will not allow Justin Jefferson to beat us. This is who has been beating us for 4 years, 5 years. That's not going to happen. And their defense, if Jordan Love has all day to pass, which he will, he is going to eat them up. So this is the prediction I'm going to make that I think is going to hold. I think Green Bay is going to win this game 38-16.
Ooh, I like that.
I am
score.
writing it down. I am writing this down because it's 38-16. What's going to happen is he'll get a touchdown and 3 field goals. 38 to 16. That's what I think it's going to be, because this is the game where Green Bay is saying, okay, now it's time to step up and do our thing. This is the game where they're going to come out of their shell, and all 3 phases of the game are going to work and work well. They are a better team than Minnesota, and they're a better team than they've showed on tape.
We've had 2 games where the Packers have scored over 30. The Steelers game, which was ended up being 35-25, and that they pretty much owned that game the whole time. That really wasn't.
They did. They did. That was the last second touchdown. So
they pretty much owned that one. And then, of course, the tie with the Cowboys 40-40, which the defense just didn't show up. Something didn't happen there.
Dak Prescott happened. He's a very good quarterback.
Prescott's good.
And some of those passes, the one to George Pickens, when he got it down to like the 13-yard line and goes out of bounds, he had to come back 5 yards for that. That was George Pickens and Dak Prescott, doing the old Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson thing, or the Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams thing. It was like just giving them the look. That was surprising because they've only worked together for, just a half a season.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty interesting. God bless Dallas for that. It was a great game for them. I was, but yeah, when you score 40 points and you don't win the game, something's not right. Ask Cincinnati how they feel about it, losing 47-42 to the Bears. That's crazy.
So Vikings this week, Lions Thanksgiving Day, and then Bears on Sunday, December 7th, which is the game of the week, the 3:30 game of the week on the December 7th. And then it doesn't get any easier from there. Broncos, Bears again, Ravens and Vikings. And one of those last 2 games, the Ravens game or the Vikings game, probably the Ravens game, that might get flexed to be the Sunday night game, because watch the Ravens as they continue to be on the upswing. If they're still playing like they've been playing, that game could be prime time worthy. So
I think it will. And I love Jordan Love in prime time. He's got a really good record. I want to say he's 5-2 in prime time. And you know what? The 2 losses in prime time were both to Philly, games we probably should not have lost, especially this last one. So, and I'm just speculating. I don't remember. It could be 5-3 now, and maybe there was another one thrown in there. He did have that one against Kansas City in 2022, I believe it was, when he went up against Patrick Mahomes and they lost 14-7. That's when Aaron Rodgers was injured. That year that he had the broken thumb and he didn't tell anybody. Yeah. Jordan Love comes in and they scored they lost 14-7.
Good game
Jordan
in
Love
Kansas City, but
really
just wasn't
game.
quite enough. Yeah. All right. Well, again, want to thank Denise, Colin for joining us today from Womanspace. Check out Womanspace, womanspace-rockford.org for more information on all things Womanspace. Next week, again, we're talking with Green Bay Packers writer Jacob Westendorf from Sports Illustrated, and we'll give you a chance to win a Lucha Cantina $25 gift card.
Which, you put it in a nice little envelope-looking thing.
You're going to want this for the holidays. You're going to want to take friends and family to Lucha Cantina over the holidays, so be sure and tune in for your chance to win that next week. Okay. That should wrap things up. Remember, friends, you change the world when you help one person. So be a blessing to someone this week, every day. We'll do the same. Meet you back here for another In Crowd 815 podcast, everybody. Thanks again, Tom, and we'll see you next week.
All right, buddy. Talk to you later.
815 in crowd. 815 in crowd.